Look, I try not to tell people how to do their jobs, but if I were Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers right now, I would be going on an I told you so tour. As always, these are real questions submitted to me by friends, family members, and concerned citizens. If you have questions you'd like me to answer, text them to 760-902-0832. What do you like best about California? I can be who I am, and I don't have to worry about snow. How would you decrease the gap in earnings between management and labor? Raise the federal minimum wage, protect workers' rights and strengthen unions, tax the rich. What's an experience you've had that shaped your sense of fairness and justice? My husband and I are about to celebrate 10 years of marriage, and that's because the Supreme Court ruled that gay Americans are entitled to equal protection under the law. And by the way, two of the justices on that majority have been replaced by their ideological opposite. If you think Republicans aren't still going to attack gay marriage, you're not paying attention. If someone made a movie about your life, who would it be? Okay, so I'm pretty open about the fact that I'm from Texas. So in an ideal world, I would be played by Matthew McConaughey or Glenn Powell. But because I'm nerdy and queer, let's face it, I would be portrayed by Jim Parsons. How will you work to reestablish the three branches of government? The president is not a king. Congress needs to get off its ass and do its job. And the Supreme Court needs to be replaced. How can representatives get and do more with constituent feedback? Well, they could host a weekly web series where they answer questions from constituents, but also the candidate can ask the constituents for help with a question. Recently, an LA Times reporter reached out to me with a series of questions for a profile about this race. And one of the questions was, do you believe the state and local tax deduction should be reinstated in the federal tax code? I reached out to constituents on Facebook to see what my answer should be, what they felt about this issue. And my answer was, after hearing from constituents in the district, I am in favor of the SALT deduction being uncapped and reinstated. So there you go. That's all for this week's Highly Questionable. Until next week, keep your eyes open.